Expected production.
by expected production. So yeah, divided by, okay, expected production in this problem, Alex is looking at page 321. That's where we encountered that. Expected production is budgeted production. So budgeted quantity divided by budgeted quantity, in this case in terms of direct labor hours, divided by budgeted quantity in terms of production equals direct labor hours per unit of production. On this particular problem, how many units were budgeted? Page 321. Page 321. 25,000 units were expected to be produced. How many hours were budgeted to be used? Hours were budgeted. 100,000. So 100,000 hours expected to be used divided by 25,000 units expected to be produced equals 4 hours per unit. Okay, so that's what Alex's words are trying to describe.
Where did we get the 100,000?
Well, I don't know what the difference is.
I'm trying to think of words. What I'm trying to do is think of words to use for difference between total and, well, the difference is, if you want to think of this is the BQ is in hours, right? That one thing to make sure we remember, the BQ is in hours, the SQ is in hours, okay? Okay, so BQ is 4 hours per unit times expected production of 100,000, okay? SQ is 4 hours per unit, which is a budgeted number, 4 hours per unit, same one that we used in the BQ calculation, times actual number of units produced. So the difference between the two is, the short answer for the difference between the two is expected production versus actual production. Or budgeted production versus actual production is kind of the short Dr. Fessler-ish sort of an answer in terms of what's the difference between the two? One uses expected or budgeted production, and one uses actual production. And hence it is flexed. And hence we call it a flexible budget, because we flex it, as in a verb, we flex it to reflect actual production in units. And that's where the in units comes from. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? That a little better? Yeah. Okay. Shar, can you say the letters underneath now without looking? No, these. Yeah, the same question I've asked you twice now.
Actual quantity times actual cost.
Okay.
Actual quantity times standard cost. Standard quantity times standard cost.
Perfect. Perfect. Yay. Cody, do you know it? Without looking? Maybe not. Do you know it? Okay, but you can't look at them on the test. Okay, but so say them while looking at them. What page? 320 will have them. Beautiful! Absolutely. Isn't that fun? Wasn't that fun? Do you want to do it again? Why don't you do it again? Can you do it again without looking now that you've just said them?
Actual quantity, actual cost, actual quantity, standard cost, standard quantity, standard cost.
Okay, you look down twice. Could you do it without?
Actual quantity, actual cost, actual quantity, standard cost, standard quantity, standard cost.
Awesome. Awesome. Now you know. That's just that much less studying that you have to do for the test. Because now you know them. Don't forget. Okay? Don't forget. Oof. What, Taylor? Nothing isn't the communication I was observing. Something about this. That's what she kind of, I think she was feeling sympathy for you, Cody. Because I think she was thinking I was picking on you in some way, shape, or form. And so, but I'm just trying to help you learn. Because you know it now. And so, that's awesome. What, Brandon? I mean, when you're communicating across several rows like that, turned around backwards. What's next? Have we done everything for this? No. Oh, Taylor, let me ask you this. Yeah. Number on the left is larger than the number on the right. Favorable or unfavorable? Unfavorable. Unfavorable. Everybody get that? Yes. What? Oh, yeah, I got it. Anything else I need to review? Erica? For this content, for this particular section, nothing? I've got it covered? Okay. Yes, sir.
Make sure to put the two sides.
I'm sorry?
If you take the left side and the far right side, they're...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When you calculate the grand total variance, one of the ways you can calculate it is by comparing the far left, AQ times AC, to the far right, SQ times SC, and that's going to add up to your grand total variance. So there's two ways you can get to your grand total variance. Taylor, what's the next section we are going to talk about during this review, during this here review? Joint cost. When did we cover joint cost, Carrie? What did we do in class? Anything? We did do an in-class assignment. That's what I'm trying to draw your attention to. Abilene Meat Packers. Shar, am I boring? That's so nice to know, Angie. Exactly. And so Abilene Meat Packer, so when we're talking about, there are two ways in class we learned how to assign joint cost to products. Brandon, can you name one of them? Were you listening to me? No. It is, I mean, it's just so heartwarming, you know, after a semester of, it's so heartwarming to be standing up here, pouring my heart and soul into my teaching.
Okay, I'll be honest, I was looking at a text message of a funeral tomorrow to get to, so I was seeing what time it was.
I'm sorry.
So you're right, I was listening.
Yeah, throw that card on the table.
I was just letting them know what I was doing so I could stop hating on me. What was your question?
Thank you, Christy. Taylor, what question did I ask?
I don't know, but I have the answer.
What is the answer?
Relative sales value and physical units.
The relative sales value. So I must have asked a question about, I mean, given that correct answer, I must have asked a question about what two ways did you do in class to assign joint costs to products. Okay, so you are individually responsible for being able to do that on the tests. And it should be relatively straightforward. And there should have been some homework problems that also asked you to do some of the same sorts of calculations. Were there? Yes. Okay. They saw